We're going to calculate numbers in scientific notation using any scientific calculator. The first are two numbers in scientific notation. 2.63 times 10 to the 5th times 4.01 times 10 to the negative 3. So using our calculator on the screen up here, we'll put 2.63, and we're going to use the second button and EE, exponential notation for us. You'll see a little E appear on the screen. That's our exponent 5, times 4.01 second EE button to the negative 3. The answer comes out to 1054.63. But here's the rule you need to follow. When you multiply or divide numbers in scientific notation, your final answer cannot be any more significant figures than the least number of significant figures used in the problem. In this case, there's 3 sig figs, so therefore your answer must be 1.05 times 10, and how many decimal points? 1, 2, 3, times 10 to the 3rd. That's the correct answer for problem number 1. For problem number 2, we have a division along with a multiplication. So now I'll place my numbers into the calculator. You can use parentheses to keep the numbers on the top solved in the solution and then the numbers on the bottom solved in the solution. I would really advise you using the parenthesis for a lot of these calculations, especially when you have greater numbers of entries into the denominator. So let's do the first one over here. 3.5 second EE button to the minus 3, it's 10 to the minus 3rd, times 2.50 second EE button times 10 to the 9th, divided by, and this number here is 6.55 second EE 12. The answer is a very large answer. My calculator already put it into scientific notation. But let's check the significant figures out. The least number of significant figures used in the problem here are 2, 3, and 3. So my answer must be rounded off to 3 significant figures. 1.3 times 10 to the minus 6 is the correct answer. Now the final problem that's over here has a number, 2 items in the numerator and then 2 numbers in the denominator. You want to use the parentheses to make sure your functions. The order of operations are at hand here, but you got to do the multiplication before the division. So let's see how we're going to enter this. I'll start with the parentheses and put everything up top into parentheses. So I'll put parentheses 2.00 second EE minus 15 times 3.25 second EE 8. Close the parentheses, do your division sign, and now let's put everything in the denominator into parentheses. This will keep the order of operations correct, and it will get the correct answer this way. 3.1 second EE negative 18 times 6.05 second EE 3. Close the parentheses, and all you need now to do is press your enter button. You get a very large number, but don't forget, your answer has to be rounded to the least number of significant figures used in the problem. There are 3 sig figs here, 3 sig figs here, 3 sig figs here, but only 2 here. So therefore your answer must be rounded to the sig figs used in the problem. We have 3, 4, 6, so the 6 makes the 4 to a 5, that's 3.5. Let's see how many decimal places there are over here. It's a number greater than 1, so it's a positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 10 to the 7th. This is your correct answer in the proper significant figures and the proper order of operations.